Welcome to the extensive lecture series organized by Center for Computational Technologies, CCTech Pune. This particular lecture is concerned with advanced multi-phase flow modeling. It is a specialized course, and within that, in this lecture, we will see the Eulerian model. We will go into detail of the Eulerian model. We will see how the modeling of governing equation takes place. We will also see the applicability of the Eulerian model, and we will see how to set up a multi-phase model in commercial software Fluent using the Eulerian model. This is a short overview of contents of this lecture. First, we will review the concepts of Eulerian approach. After that, we will see Eulerian model in Fluent and how to set up the Eulerian model. We will see all the steps required in setting up an Eulerian multiphase model. After that, we will discuss various user inputs which are required to set up an Eulerian model in detail. We will see how to define phases, how to define phase interactions, and how to set up submodels within the Eulerian multiphase model. We will end this lecture with summary and references. So let us review some basic concepts which we already discussed in the earlier lectures. What is an Eulerian specification? Within the Eulerian specification, the observer follows individual fluid parcels as it moves through the space and time. Equations are composed by using this fundamental concept. That is, the fluid parcels are followed by the observer. Eulerian approach utilizes this particular Eulerian framework for all phases. Eulerian equations are solved for all phases separately. Within the Eulerian approach, the dispersed phase is also treated as a continuum. That is, all the equations of single phase are also solved for dispersed phase. Before we begin in detail about modeling approach in commercial software Fluent, let us have a quick review of whatever we studied in earlier lecture regarding the Eulerian model. Now, within the Eulerian model, how the modeling approach is taken to model multiphase flow. We will see that in this particular slide. Now, as you all know, the control volume approach is used to define phase velocities. Volume fractions are also solved at control volume. Now, averaged equations are solved. Volume average equations are solved for the secondary dispersed phase. As you all know, within the Eulerian model, both the primary and the secondary phase are modeled or solved using the Eulerian approach. That is, the dispersed phase is also treated as a continuum. Eulerian equations are solved for all the phases, including the primary as well as the secondary or the dispersed phase. When it comes to coupling between the phases, it is represented by various interface transport models, which we have studied in detail in the fundamentals of multiphase flow modeling lecture, which we have covered earlier. This particular model, as we all know, is suitable for high dispersed phase volume loading that is greater than 10%. Also, an overview of the flow governing equations. Continuum equation is solved for each phase with volume fraction. So this is for an example of a continuum equation for a phase K. Momentum equations are also solved for each phase. And the interface coupling is represented by forces, various force exchange terms, momentum exchange terms. This is a sample momentum equation for a, let's say, a phase K. When it comes to exchange between different phases, that is primary and various secondary phases, a force balance is used for every phase. Such force balance is maintained for every phase. Interface coupling terms for phase K are, the interface coupling terms for, let's say, a phase K are written as a sample given in this slide. Now, after that overview, let's go into the Eulerian model that is available in commercial software Fluent. We will see the basic concept behind this model and its application. Now, when we use the Eulerian model in the commercial software Fluent, What it does is every phase has its own mass, momentum, and energy conservation equations. And these are coupled via the interfacial terms. A single pressure field is shared by all the phases. Momentum and continuity equations are solved for each phase. That is, there is a momentum equation for each phase and a continuity equation for each phase. So if there are 2 or 3 phases, there will be 2 or 3 set of equations. Interface drag coefficient functions are available. That is, for modeling the drag between different phases, we can use different functions that are available ready-made in the commercial software Fluent, and we can also introduce our own equations or own coefficients. Where is this Eulerian model used? It is used to model dispersed phase such as solid particles, bubbles, droplets in continuous phase. It is also used for bubbly droplet and particle laden flow in which the dispersed phase volume fraction exceeds 10%. Some commercial or industrial applications or phenomena are fluidized beds, slurry flows, and hydrotransport and sedimentation. You can see some example of fluidized beds, the volume fraction contours of a CFD model as shown here. Now let us begin the next section of this lecture, in which we will discuss setting up of the Eulerian model and all the steps involved in that. Step 1. Within the step, we first import the mesh and check the mesh. This is where we carry out the initial task of defining our problem. We scale the domain here. We select the solver, pressure based or density based. Then we select transient or steady state solver here. Once this is done, we move on to the next step. In this slide, we will see how to turn on Eulerian multiphase model. We have to go to the Eulerian panel or multiphase panel for doing this. We go to problem setup, turn the multiphase model on, then we turn the Eulerian model on. Within the problem setup, you click on models, then you click on multiphase model or say edit. Then this multiphase model panel pops up. Here you turn on the Eulerian model. These are various parameters for the Eulerian model and the volume fraction parameters of volume fraction schemes. Here we enter the number of phases that we are solving. Currently it is entered as 2. We can also increase or decrease this. After doing this, we press OK, and here the multiphase model is seen as Eulerian. This is how we turn on the Eulerian multiphase model. Next step is to define various parameters associated with the Eulerian model. For this, again we go to multiphase model panel. In the middle region, there is a section called Eulerian parameters. There are various submodels here. These submodels are designed in order to model different physical phenomena like boiling or immiscible fluid flow. Here we have the dense discrete phase model, the boiling model, and the immiscible fluid model. We can turn these on as required depending upon which phenomenon or which problem we are modeling. We will see in detail all these models in the coming slides. The next lower region contains the section called volume fraction parameters, where we can select the discretization schemes for the volume fraction. We have 2 choices, implicit or explicit. We will see in detail these 2 schemes in the coming slides. So these are different parameters or options available with the Eulerian model that we have to select depending upon which problem we are modeling. This is the step 3. Next step is to define number of phases. Before this, we have to define the materials that we are going to consider. After defining materials, we define phases. For this, we go to problem setup and phases. After clicking on phases, different phase list appears. The first phase in the phase list is always primary. There can be more than one dispersed phase. Here, primary phase is air and secondary phase is water. We click on edit and define these phases, and then all these phases will appear in the phase list. Next step is to define the secondary phase. As seen here, we click on secondary phase and click edit. Then this panel pops up. So in the secondary phase panel, we have to name the secondary phase, that is, give its name, appropriate name. Then we have to select the material from which this phase is made up of. Currently it is selected as water. We can also edit this material as required. We can select either granular form, and also interfacial area concentration can be defined. We have to give the diameter for these phase. The secondary phase is always in dispersed form, that is, it is in the form of particles or droplets. For this, we have to define some average mean diameter. It can be constant or a function or in different forms. This diameter is used to calculate interfacial terms, and it is a very important parameter. Now we will see various options for inputting this diameter. That is the next step to define the diameter. This diameter can be either constant or given by shorter mean option or given as user defined. If we already know the particle size, we can give it as constant and directly input a value. Shorter mean is a method by which we give the diameter using population balance model. We can also use an UDF to define the diameter as a function of velocity, temperature, pressure. We have to know the correlation beforehand and then input this using user-defined function so that our diameter changes as a function of velocity, temperature, pressure. These are the three ways by we can define diameter for the secondary phase. Once we have defined the diameter and the material for the secondary phase, we click on OK and our secondary phase, that is dispersed phase, is defined. And we can use that dispersed phase in our calculations. Next step is to define interaction between different phases. Phases can interact with each other in different forms, like drag force, lift force, collision, slip, heat exchange. Reactions can also happen between different phases, and surface tension also exists. These all parameters can be defined by us within the interaction panel. For this, we go to phases. Number of phases we have defined appear in the phase list. Then we click on interaction. Here is the interaction button. Then the phase interaction panel pops up. As you can see, different forms of interaction can be defined here. This is drag, then lift, this is collision. We can also define slip, heat transfer, mass transfer, reactions, and surface tension. Currently, we are in the drag panel. For defining the drag coefficient, we have different options as seen here. Once we have defined all these interactions or any of these interactions that we want, we click on OK. This completes the definition of phases and their interaction. The next step is to define the behavior of phases at different boundaries and within the domain. For this, we select the boundary type, that is, we go into the boundary conditions panel. We select the boundary that we want to define the phase behavior at. Currently, we have selected outlet. After this, we select the type of the boundary, whether it is pressure outlet or a wall or inlet, etc. After selecting the type or defining the type of the boundary, we select the phase. That is, whether we are defining the behavior of primary phase or secondary phase, or whether we are defining the behavior of mixture of two phases. Currently, it is selected as mixture. Then we click on edit. Then the phase definition panel pops up. In this, we define the behavior of the phase at that boundary. Currently, for pressure inlet, we have selected the zone name as inlet. Then we are defining the behavior for the phase water. Here we are defining the volume fraction. So in this way, we can select different phases like phase 1, phase 2 or mixture and define its behavior at the boundary by clicking on edit. This is how we define the multi-phase behavior at different boundaries. The last step is to set up our solver settings and begin the calculations. We enter into solution method and solve section of Fluent Solver. We select solver schemes, that is here. We select pressure velocity coupling, then we select the spatial discretization schemes for gradient, momentum equation, volume fraction equation, as well as the energy equation. We select the volume fraction scheme, which is specific to the multi-phase model. Then we set up the under relaxation factors. Please note that there is an under relaxation factor for volume fraction also when we are solving multi-phase problem. Once this is done, we set the monitors for our solution, and the last step, we solve our solution by pressing the calculate button. I would like to say thank you for viewing this particular lecture. If you have any doubts, you can always contact us. So thank you for viewing this lecture and see you in the next lecture.